ego aside. They're not worried about the numbers, and winning is all cost, and winning is first. And when you see that in a team, then that is the hallmark of the San Antonio Spurs organization. Egos aside.
How you doing?
What's up, man? About to put on a show tonight.
We'll see about that. My team's ready.
Well, you better hope so. That's the only chance you got.
I'm going to remember that, freak. It's on.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke. 5 on the floor. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Millsap. Corver comes in for Cephalosha. Lee's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. On the court for Atlanta. Lee in a two-guard. Horford is out there with Andrew Nicholson. Then there's Kyle Korver. The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to the Pelicans.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you. And you know how optimistic and positive I am. But it's hard for me to find anything positive to take away from that. That's a game you just want to forget about as soon as you can.
That is good. Capella's got his second bucket of the game to go. The Hawks trailing. Schroeder passes to Lee. Can't get it to go. The Rockets go the other way with it. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight. Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
And Thornton kicks to Smith. Pass to Brewer. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded by Schroeder. Thornton for three. Atlanta with the rebound. Horford's got his third rebound on the night. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And here's Beverly. 14 points from him the last game against Oklahoma City.
And how about how opportunistic he was defensively? Steal after steal for him in that game just showed the quickness of his hands and anticipation.
It's a tie game. And now let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver.
We do have a team type of game. You know, everybody is scoring spread out.
Well, that was the game plan a couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs and Ty Lawson was at the controls.
You know, but not enough firepower to be able to sustain with the elite teams, say like the Warriors or the Rockets. Ty Lawson, a solid, dependable player in our league, but this is still a league where you need your superstars to win rings.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves. And they've had firepower and then some so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Atlanta, Lee in at shooting guard. Andrew Nicholson out there with Cephalosha. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Horford in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pelicans had a huge game. He dropped in 15 points, but also put up 4 boards. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great card-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody...
Both teams making some changes here. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. There's 1:54 left to play here in the half. Kicks to Thornton. Got a piece of it. To the middle. And that one's good. Schroeder. And the Hawks lead by 2. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Atlanta.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, adding on to that, they've done a great job of challenging and changing shots in this first half, and they've gotten some blocks as well.
Just 3 to shoot. Here's Beverly, and he misses the go-ahead basket. Atlanta's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Nicholson kicks to Lee. It's rebounded by Thornton.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Inside. Wants to get it to Brewer and does. Good D by Lee.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Soft touch off the glass. Lee's got 6.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Pulls it up. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Thornton.
He's got to quit while he's ahead, Kev. It worked that last time, but that's an invitation for a turnover.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half.
Well, James, throughout the first half, you struggled with turnovers. Is keeping better control of the ball a major focus for the second half?
Yeah, that's still too many turnovers, especially unforced turnovers. So we got to really lock in on our turnovers, make the right play at all times.
James, we appreciate the time, guys.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set. Houston with a big group substitution here. Smith checked in for Terrence Jones. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Millsap. Matt comes in for Cephalosha. Lee's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Brewer and Smith, the 2 rangy forwards. Patrick Beverly out there with Thornton. And it's Howard in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Over in the corner, Lee misses the 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Beverly with the ball. Dishes it to Smith. Goes back up. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And checking out the stats for Beverly. Some last season stats for him. Average 7 points per game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
You know, the scheme just seems to run much more smoothly when he's in the game because he knows where everybody is at all times.
Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of it.
Yeah, 2 good nail fights so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Paul Millsap is checked in for Atlanta. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, and the other thing also is tonight they've been able to get to the free throw line consistently and also convert big points from the charity stripe.
And Beverly kicks to Thornton. Back to Beverly. From deep. Mack grabs the miss. The Hawks leading. Here's Schroeder, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
All right, a chance to check out stats here for Dwight Howard. He had a strong showing last season. 8th in rebounding, 15th in field goal percentage, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And he was a top 10 rebounder for good reason. I mean, he's incredibly intense, and he goes hard for the full 48 minutes.
And the Hawks making a change here. Horford's checked in. The dish to Thornton. And the shot no good, a bit short. Atlanta leading by 3.
Got it.
Back the pass to Lee. Buries the long-range jumper. Lee's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half. That's the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin. Well, it's terribly frustrating for a coach when his team can't knock down their free throws. I mean, it really comes down to focus, routine, and stamina, especially in the second half. You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Schroeder kicks to Lee. Millsap a screen. From deep, 3-point. Got it! Get it! What a shot!
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave them to him.
Start. The Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. Atlanta also making some changes here. Nicholson comes in for Al Horford. And Lee's subbed in for Jeff Teague. On the court for Atlanta, Lee, he's in at point guard. Paul Millsap out there with Andrew Nicholson. Then there's Kent Bazemore, and it's Cephalosha in at small forward. Lee with the ball. Now Lawson defending. Lee dishes to Millsap. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away.
Howard, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Lawson against Lee. Just 5 to shoot. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Lawson. Rockets trail by 7. Feeds it to Jones. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Lee gets the bucket. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Screen by Howard. A shot by Harden. Wide open. A 3-pointer off the mark.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Pass to Cephalosha. The Hawks working the ball around. Millsap kicks to Cephalosha. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From the wing. No good from Lee. For Houston, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. Harden outside. Again, the miss by Harden.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Right wing, Lee outside. Shoots from 12. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. There's 1:17 left in the 4th quarter. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
That's their 3rd straight make-off and assist.
Great ball movement.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Capella.
Great work to cut into that lead. Terrific individual effort on the floor and at the line.
Nicholson passes to Lee. Shoots from the baseline. And the jumper is on the mark. Lee's got 4 this quarter. Rockets have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Out left to the wing. Three-pointer, Lawson. Nicholson grabs the board.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Clark, no room for error here.
Kevin, got to be perfect from here on out. You're exactly right.
Connects! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Wow, huge shot. Listen to this crowd.
Yeah, it sounds like a rock concert in here.
And guys, that was the bucket they have been waiting for.
Off his foot, and the official saying it was kicked. Lee outside. Pass to Cephalosha. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalties.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he ends up missing both free throws.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
Got to see the 3 and be the 3 if that's going to happen.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
There's Lee with the 3. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. Well, if you're just joining us, this one has been a great one. We've got overtime action now, folks. So the Rockets win the tip. Houston wins it.
Gentlemen, I'm here with
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
I thought this performance he needed to deliver.